Okay, so we're going to start to dig into Maya a little bit more, and we're going to explore behind the scenes in Maya. And we need to do this so that we can figure out how the soft mods work, or soft modification tools, because we want to be able to use those for rigging purposes on our ball. So I've got my two walls selected. I'm going to hide those, put them in a layer. And okay, and then what I want to do is go into the script editor. I'm going to go to history and check echo all commands. This is going to echo, it's going to show me almost everything Maya does once I do this. Okay, so like I'm not doing anything right now and it's pumping out information. So I'm going to clear the upper part of this history so I don't have too much going on to look through up here. Then I can just minimize this for now, and I'm going to select the ball. I'm going to go to Create Deformer, Soft Mod, Option Box, and I want to tell it to preserve history. Okay, and all these attributes we'll go over later. So I'm going to create soft mod on this ball, and then I'm going to move it, and I'm going to edit the size of the soft mod, the size of its influence, and even move that around, and switch back to this other mode and see what happens if I move this around. Okay, so now I'm going to go look in my script editor and turn off this echo all commands and see what kind of history I got. I got a lot of it, right? Let's see if we can't find anything out about soft mod tools this way. Things that I'm looking for are, hopefully it will show me stuff like this set adder command. There's a soft mod 1.falloff radius, and I can change the size of the radius with this attribute. So that could be handy, because if our ball gets poked, let's say like a finger, or it's sitting on top of a flagpole or something like that, depending on the size of the object that's poking our ball, you would want to adjust the size of the soft mod. Okay, so we want to keep this one in mind, so I'll select it in the history, copy, and I'll paste it down here in the bottom just so I don't have to keep track of it. Okay, here's another one that I'll want, the fall off center. Okay, so I probably want to track this. We may want to use that for something. So copy it, paste it. Let's see if there's anything else that we need in there. Not really worried about finding out how it was created, although you could do that in the future if you wanted to. That would be up near the top, up here. As perform soft mod. There's how you create a soft mod right there. And then we still need to try to find how did we move not the center of the soft mod, but the soft mod itself, the offset. There's another perform soft mod, so okay, so it looks like the only two things we're able to find out inside of the script editor from echoing all commands are these two commands here, the fall off radius and the fall off center. Okay, so let's experiment with this. All we have to do is, since I have these right here to use this, we're going to use the script editor, but we didn't have to write any scripts, we just copied them out of what Maya produced. So if we want to change the radius of this, let's see how this works. Let's change this to a value of 1.0 because it's wanting a decimal value, and then we can select just this portion we want to execute. And then we can execute. And then we saw over here that it actually increased the size of the affected area of the soft mod. Okay, let's make it really big so we can make it be more dramatic. We'll do 10.0. Right click on it, execute. Okay, that made it too big. Okay, we can also change its center point. So what this is, this type 3 is really, it's just three numbers, three decimal numbers. I didn't move it in X or Y. They're in alphabetical order, X, Y, Z, but I did move it in Z. And so I moved it 0.678654 units when I moved it earlier. Let's try moving it to a negative value. Select it, right click, execute. Okay, it didn't appear to do anything. Let's see if it did. We'll select this, right click, execute. It must have done something. Okay, let's try this. We'll just set it back to 0. Okay, so it is moving it around. Okay, so maybe we can harness that eventually. The other thing that we can do to look and investigate things is check out the nodes themselves. So with this selected, I can just press F, and it looks like this is all that there is to it. But if we go to Options, Display, Shape Nodes, we can grab both of these, the shape and the handle. The handle is just a transform. Okay, so all the real information is going to be on the, most all the real information anyway, will be on the shape node. So we'll select both of those, and then we'll frame it in the Inputs/Outputs editor, the Hypergraph Input/Output editor. And then here, we can look at these attributes and see, well, it actually created 3 nodes. We got a handle, we got a shape, and we got a soft mod. So we can see what these inputs are. So there's this transform is controlling the soft mod X forms. Okay, so that's all the transformation information